up, my Zesty Pooh crew? It's me, your girl Zesty. So I just got off the phone with Wingstop, and I was trying to order Wingstop for my family, and they were telling us that we could only order inside, and it was a long wait. And so anyway, I had questioned them and asked them how much would it be for what we wanted. And so what they had that would accommodate us, which was probably a lot more food than we probably needed anyway, was a 30-piece. You get, what, 2 sides or 1 side? I think 2 sides. So anyway, I'm going to make it at home because I have some potatoes and I have a pack of chicken wings. So hopefully, give or take, I can cut this in half. And let's just see what happens whenever you try to make it at home. So let's get into this video. So I have cleaned my wings by letting them soak in vinegar and water. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to give them a nice little dry just to make sure that they're dry. And I'm going to make wingettes out of them. I'm going to use my little handy dandy axe knife is what I call it. And I'm just going to chop them at the joint. If you don't have an axe knife or a hatchet, then what you want to do is you want to get right here between the joint, between the leg and the wing. And you just want to, you can take your kitchen shears or you can just take a knife and then saw that bone. And you want to make sure you give them a nice rinse whenever you get done cutting all of them. All right, so for the Korean, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of sesame oil, some rice wine vinegar, not much, just go easy on it, and then a little bit of soy sauce. And this is going to be our marinade. So I am going to let it soak for probably about an hour. I'm going to say 30 minutes minimum. So in terms of the garlic lemon Parmesan, I'm going to start seasoning them just a tad bit. So for the garlic lemon pepper Parm, I'm going to start out with this garlic powder. I'm not going to put any salt on it because it's not necessary. It's going to be loaded with flavor. This is onion powder. And now I'm going to hit it with some lemon pepper. And I'm going to say about a teaspoon of it. Because I really want that lemon to shine through. Because Parmesan can take over and so can garlic. So I wanted it to all marry together. So I'm going to let these wings hang out by themselves. Well, let's get started on the rest of our treats. Alright, so the garlic Parmesan wings, I'm going to put these in air fryer. Because I really don't want to burn my lemon pepper in the oil. So these are getting ready to go in the air fryer. I'm going to start out with on 400 for 30 minutes. And then we'll just turn them until I get to my desired consistency with that. I have 4 russet potatoes here that I'm going to start peeling. And at Wingstop, they leave their skin on. So that is what we're going for. So now you just want to cut it up to the size that you want it. I like mine fairly thin. I always get mine extra crispy. And here's the thing. You want to make sure you thoroughly rinse these. I'm literally going to cut them up. That's about the size I want. I'm going to cut them up. And I'm going to let these bad boys soak 2 or 3 times before I even start cooking them. Now I'm going to make the fry seasoning. And if you notice when you eat Wingstop, they have a little bit of sweetness. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of white sugar and a half teaspoon of brown sugar. Now I'm going to hit it with probably about a half teaspoon of paprika. And that's honestly just for color. I'm going to hit it with some onion powder. Probably about a half teaspoon of it. A half teaspoon of garlic powder. Half teaspoon of salt, and you can put salt on there accordingly. I just don't want to make it too salty because you can't undo salt. And then I'm going to hit it with a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, just because Cam is not going to eat this if it's hot. I'll give that a nice little breakdown, and you can taste it as well. If it needs more of something or less of something, Feel free to add to or take away, but this is the basics. This is our fry season. So in terms of the fries, you want to make sure these bad boys are dried out as much as possible. So what I'm doing is I'm just wiping the bottom, trying to get this paper towel to soak up all the water. I've had them draining for about a minute. So just make sure you dry them before you put them in the hot oil, because if not, it can be a mess. All right, so I'm gonna give the French fries a 6-minute fry bath. I'm gonna see. Forgive me, guys. That's Camden making all that noise. I'm gonna see if I can fit all my fries in there. If not, I might have to do 2 batches. But take your time, because if you put too many in at one time, water mixed with grease will make it overflow. So just take your time. These are not going to be the final fries. It's only going to be 6 minutes, and then we're going to let them cool off, and then we're going to fry them again. Oh, and by the way, my deep fryer is on 350. So it's on 350, 6 minutes. We're going to take them on out. Alright, so time is up. Make sure you have something lined with a paper towel or either a cooling rack. So I have my cookie sheet here, and I'm just going to place it on here. And like I said, they're going to get all the way cool, and then we're going to put them back in. Now for the Korean wings, I'm going to hit it with about a 1/2 cup of potato starch. And then I'm just going to get in there really good, get them coated. And then I'm going to fry these for 6 minutes. And after 6 minutes, these bad boys will come out, and then we're going to refry them for another 2 minutes. Korean wings going up. And like I said, 6 minutes, you should be good money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with about a tablespoon of olive oil so I can get my garlic opened up a little bit. Now I'm going to hit it with a good bit of garlic. I'm going to say about 5 garlic cloves, because you want that garlic to shine through. I'm going to get that nice and sauteed up. This is where I'm going to hit it with a tablespoon of butter. And I'm also going to squeeze some lemon juice here, because like I said, I want it lemony. So that's probably about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. I'm also going to hit it with some parsley, about a teaspoon of it, just for color really. Parsley gives it a little bit of tang, a little bit of something, something. So this is how your Korean wings should look after 6 minutes. We're going to put them on our cooling rack. That buttery goodness. Get it all in there. Give it a nice little shake. Round and round it goes. And then this is where I'm going to hit it with some Parmesan cheese from the shaker. I don't like the Parmesan cheese because I feel like it's a mess. I like this because it kind of stands out and gives it that crust. And that's that. Call it Parmesan wings, folks. Take a bite. Let's get into the Korean. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of olive oil and about a teaspoon of sesame oil. Maybe a little bit more because I like it. And I have to open up the ginger and the garlic here. I just put 2 teaspoons of ginger paste. You can use fresh ginger. And I have about 5 cloves of garlic for the for this sauce as well. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my little handy dandy beater to get that incorporated. And then I'm going to go back to the wooden spoon. Now I'm going to hit it with 2 tablespoons of gochujang paste. I'm going to have to get another spoon here to help me out. So it's going to be 2 tablespoons of this. Then I'm also going to hit it with 2 tablespoons of honey. And then I'm going to hit it with 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm also going to hit it with 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. So I do have my sauce on a light simmer until my wings are done. And I already put them back in the deep fryer. I did it off camera. My apologies. Alright, so I'm going to pour my garlic Parmesan wings. And you want to make sure you get all that goodness out the bowl. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm getting my Korean wings in here. And I'm going to let my oil get up to room temp. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dredge this in a sauce. Sorry about the shake and bake, guys. Hang on. Ooh, that is hot. I'm going to shake these bad boys. Ah, come on. Really? Lost the whole wing, y'all. So what you want to do is get this nice and coated in that sauce. Ooh, spicy. Then after you do that, you want to put some regular green onions on the top. Alright, the Korean is going in the basket. All that saucy goodness. It almost kind of like candies it. Pretty cool. It's gonna be good. Alright. That's your Korean, folks. Alright, guys, last but not least, it's the big kahuna! The fries. And I'm just gonna dump them in here like so. Now, when it comes to that, seasoning, you want to make sure you put it on here when it's hot. That's why I wanted to give you guys a close-up, because I'm going to get that seasoning in there. Now remember, this is based on my measurements. If it's less, use less. Split it in half. But these are our Wingstop fries. Man. Alright, guys. This is a close-up. Y'all know how I do. That's some homemade ranch. Look at the garlic Parmesan. Wow. And look at those Korean. I'm going to tell you, I couldn't compute it all because I didn't have time. But I guarantee you, I probably saved a good $25 today. And this is so much better. Yes. Well, guys, I'm not going to read a quote today because I am extremely hot in the kitchen. But I did want to show you guys a close-up. And I want to let you guys know to be unapologetically you at all costs. I love you guys so much. I'm going to give her a little Dunkaroo. Man. This is good. Well, I love you guys. And until next time. Oh, y'all want to taste a fry? That's too big. Look at that. That ranch on the fry. And until next time. Peace out.